Today on Locked On Rockies, the sixth loss of this losing streak felt a lot like deja vu. The Rockies strike out. The Rockies can't come up with the big clutch hit. And the Rockies can't control the strike zone from the pitching perspective. All issues that have plagued the Rockies. It happened all over again.
You are Locked On Rockies, your daily Colorado Rockies podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Rock on Rockies fans, welcome into the Locked On Rockies podcast for today, the 16th day of April in the year 2026. I'm your host of the Locked On Rockies podcast, Paul Holden, bringing you your daily Colorado Rockies talk right here on the Locked On Podcast Network, where you can find your team every day. And if your team is the Colorado Rockies, guess what? You're in the right spot, because that's what we do around here, free and streaming on your favorite streaming services and on the Locked On Rockies YouTube channel, where you can be part of the show. You can fire off your Rockies hot takes. You can let me know what's on your mind when it comes to the Colorado Rockies. Today, we're going to talk about another disappointing day for the Rockies offense. I know I'm a broken record. I'm saying the same things. It's a similar pod. It's the same old song and dance, but we can't stop talking about it when it continues to be a huge problem, when professional hitters go up and strike out 15 times and have an over 60% whiff rate on a pitch with multiple runners in scoring position in a game where they had ample opportunities to come back and win. This game, it is on the offense. It is on the guys that are supposed to be the leaders of this team, the guys that are supposed to be driving the ship, the guys that are supposed to be the impact all-star caliber players for the Rockies. They are the ones that are continuing to let the team down in this losing streak. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about this pitching, and we'll look ahead to the finale here against Houston. Before we go any further, I want to thank you for making us the #1 sports podcast network. And I am, of course, Paul Holden, your Rockies fan extraordinaire. Been bringing you this daily Colorado Rockies talk here for over 6 seasons now. That's hundreds of episodes of the Locked On Rockies podcast with you, the Rockies fans, going through the good, the bad, and everything in between here of Rockies baseball. And what is there different to say about this game that we haven't talked about a million times? 15 strikeouts on a 68% whiff on the curveball in this. This is the stuff that frustrates the Rockies fan especially. This is not a game in which the Rockies were blown out. This is not a game in which the Rockies didn't have ample opportunities and did not have multiple times where they had runners on second base where they could have driven things in. This is not a game in which the pitching let the #1 offense in baseball run away with it. 3 runs off of 5 hits. That should, if you get that from the Rockies pitching staff, you especially against a team as good on offense as Houston is, that is a massive win. But again, it is up to the offense. Until this team can figure out how to actually really see the ball out of the hand, to control the zone, to have good plate discipline, to figure out how to handle off-speed pitching, to be able to figure out how to make contact, to spoil pitches, to actually have competitive and strong at-bats instead of going up there and constantly being blown away, swinging away, ultra-aggressive, and just hack. The Rockies lack discipline at the dish, plain and simple. And again, the thing that is preventing the Rockies players from being great, the Tovars and the Hunter Goodmans, is because they lack the discipline and they lack the control of the dish. It has to be boom. Our success comes because we fire at the first pitch. We believe so much in the philosophy of the best pitch you're going to see is the first one. We have to hack at it. We got to fire. We got to go. That's the only way to do it. And it's not working. Hunter Goodman, it is way too much feast and famine. It is swinging over things. It's swinging out of your shoes. Get comfortable in the zone. Competitive at bats. Why is Houston so successful? Why are other offenses so successful? They spoil and fight pitches. They make the opposing pitcher work. Another game in which the Rockies lose their starter early in the games because they work the counts. They work full counts. They draw walks. They made Jose Quintana do something he hasn't done in his entire career after he walks 3 straight batters to start a game. The Astros control the zone. They dominate the zone. They know, they fully understand what to fire at and go after it. The Rockies, they go up there and they just throw everything away, it seems right now, and they say, I'm swinging. I'm swinging. There's runners on base. I'm swinging. That's the entire philosophy. Swing, and hope you hit it. And it's just so unbelievably annoying to watch. It is so annoying and frustrating to watch other teams, especially with the caliber of opponents that the Rockies have seen to start this year and will continue to see, take quality at-bats after quality at-bats when the Rockies go in order 3 times because they swing at everything and they have the opposing pitcher leave in under 10 pitches. It's maddening. And I've said it a million times. I'm going to say it again. They will not win more games. They will not snap losing streaks. They will not avoid losing streaks of 5, 6+ games when you strike out double digits constantly. It's not a one-time thing. It's not a rarity. It's not just during the losing streak. It is constantly. It goes back to last year. It goes through all these years of losing. The Rockies have a horrendous strikeout problem. And until they start taking better at bats, until these guys grow as hitters, the Rockies will struggle and continue to lose these close games because they can't stop striking out. These are professional hitters. These are guys that need to be way better here. I'm sorry. It is unacceptable for the young stars of the Rockies, for these guys who have had hundreds of at-bats at the major league level to continue to swing and whiff and chase and be and to have the lack of discipline. I get it. I couldn't stand a chance in a major league batter's box, but I'm not a professional baseball player. I'm not guys that are supposed to tell us that things have changed. We've turned things around. We're a different team. Everything's different. As an offense, you are not a different team. You have the same tendencies, you have the same bad habits, and you have the same problems that have plagued you for years. In this early beginning small sample size, the Rockies offense has had some moments where they have shined, but in terms of strikeouts, in terms of plate vision, in terms of discipline, in terms of contact, in terms of whiff rate, they have disappointed. And again, they will continue to lose because they can't make contact and come up with the big hits in the big situations. It is unacceptable for the offense to continue at this rate. The number one priority of Warren Schaefer and this staff is to figure out how to get these guys to take better at bats. It is a red flag, huge emergency. You can tell me all this stuff. You can tell me that they are professional hitters, Warren Schaefer. They are. What are you and your coaching staff going to do to break these horrendous habits that the Rockies have? It's just so annoying where the Rockies have been in multiple situations where they should be a team that is not 6-12, but because they can't make the adjustments that other teams seem to make in game, outside of the game, whatever. It's just so annoying. 15 strikeouts as the Rockies go 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position with 15 strikeouts. That's a miserable day on offense. That is a horrendous day on offense. And the bad times on offense continue. I just don't want to hear about pitching when this team, every time they go on the road, they can't hit. It's the science, the altitude, the change, whatever. It just goes in there and it makes this team unable to be able to get the job done on offense on the road. It's just, I mean, it's just horrendous. We're talking about, again, another situation in which the Rockies, the Rockies played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 batters in this game. 11 of them had at least one strikeout. The top of the order, 1 through 3, the 1 through 3 of the starters before Brent and even Brenton Doyle coming in, striking out to end the game, all had double-digit strikeouts. Your 1 through 3 struck out 7 times. 7 times the top of the order struck out. Unacceptable. Julian and Castro, I know Castro got hit, and Sullivan, when you are the veteran guys that are you're supposed to get on base, and it has just been miserable. I know that Julian, it's so unbelievably annoying. Like it's not just losing. It's not the one-run losses or being more competitive. It's the fact that this offense continues to just be so outmatched and lost at the plate compared to the rest of Major League Baseball. They can't. These guys can't be great. You can't be great if you strike out and swing and whiff and chase and are just not anywhere close to the level of hitters that we're seeing from these other teams, especially from Houston here. Okay, let's talk about the pitching. Let's talk about the fact that there was some positives, I suppose, in this one. Again, it wasn't a blowout, but it was a game in which the Rockies just I'm just annoyed. I mean, it's I understand that the Rockies, I understand it's the roster that it is, but when you're looking at the games as they are, when you're looking at the games as how they pan out, and the Rockies going 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position with 15 strikeouts, I don't know how you're not annoyed if you're a Rockies fan. Let's also talk about the fact that the Astros, they got a bit of a hit by pitch problem because they've been hitting a lot of Rockies, and the Rockies lost 2 players in this one to injury to hit by pitch. We'll see how severe those injuries are, but they still took 2 Rockies out, and that's a problem as well. Before we do that, though, got to tell you about the folks that help make this show possible, and that includes Rugiet. The NHL playoffs are here, where every shift matters, every moment is intense, and the pressure is at its highest. And we know Avalanche, it doesn't get much any bigger than being one of the top seeds and the top dogs in the tournament. And just like the performance matters on ice, it matters off the ice as well. That's where Rugiet comes in. Rugiet offers treatment designed to help you get ready and stay ready when it matters. Their top option, Rugiet Ready, combines clinically proven ingredients in a simple mint that dissolves under your tongue. It works fast, often in about 15 minutes, and can last up to 36 hours. It's all about confidence and feeling like yourself again. Head to Rugiet.com/LockedOnNHL and get 15% off your ED treatment. That's RUGIET.com/LockedOnNHL for 15% off. Rugiet, performance medicine for men. We are also brought to you by Indeed. Workplace chaos, deadline stacking up, inbox overflowing, and the one position you have to fill is still sitting open. When the pressure's on and you need the right hire, this is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs. Indeed Sponsored Jobs helps you reach the people who actually fit what you're looking for: skills, experience, location. So you're not just hoping the right candidate stumbles across your post. And here's a stat that says it all. In the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. So if you're hiring, spend less time searching and more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help you get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on the Locked On Rockies podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs. Back at it here for segment number 2 of today's episode of Locked On Rockies, reminding you can get ad-free episodes of the show and access to the Everydayer Club Discord server for just $5 a month, $50 a year when you head over to LockedOnRockies.supercast.com. That's LockedOnRockies.supercast.com. You can also check the link in the show notes for more details. I'm still annoyed by this one, man. This is an Astros team that has been struggling mightily. This is an Astros team that's been giving up 6+ runs a game. This is an Astros team that is banged up and injured, and this is an Astros team the Rockies handled business against. And for them to just fall flat on their face like this in this series, especially in a situation where they were looking to bounce back after coming up short and having things get away from them in the Padres series as well. It's just what really just frustrated me about this one is it's just same old. There was nothing about this Rockies game or watching this Rockies loss, the 6th loss in a row, that makes you feel any different than you did from watching the Rockies last year, really, or just the Rockies of late. It's just not. The Rockies have been entertaining, keeping it competitive. Sure, the Rockies were able to get some situations here where they were able to get some traffic, get some runners on here, draw some walks. The Rockies had 5 walks in this game. They only had 3 hits on top of that because they couldn't stop going after a curveball that was going at 80 miles an hour up there, and it was just swing and whiff city. 10 strikeouts. Oh, pardon me, sneeze attack there, but 10 strikeouts from just the starter, Aaron Getty there. And then every other member of the Astros bullpen picks up a strikeout as well. Another 5 strikeouts from the Astros bullpen. We're talking about Abreu in there that couldn't even hit the zone. It's just this was another moment in a series here where you really could have established yourself as different. You could have said that things that you could have made the claim that things are different, and then you backed it up. And that is not what they have done. And it's again headlined and highlighted by the fact that the offense continues to disappoint. The pressure is on the offense every single day. And in this one, hey, it really stunk that Jose Quintana did something he's never done and walks 4 straight batters. But the bullpen yet again did their job. As Jaden Hill comes in and gets, does his work, and then Tanner Gordon comes in and throws 4 innings of beautiful relief work in his debut for the Rockies here in this one. Again, and the thing with Jose Quintana, there 3 hits, 3 2/3. We got to get these starters going longer. Oh my goodness, that's the other thing too. The Rockies need their starters to start hitting the zone and having some of these efficient innings. I know that we were talking about the whole purpose of adding on these veteran arms is not to just raise the floor of the quality of the pitching, but to get some innings eaten here. But the Rockies now leading in Major League Baseball in bullpen innings used. And Quintana's coming back from injury. I get that. Now the Rockies lose Kyle Freeland to the IL here. It's just like, oh my goodness. It is so important there's just stuff that the Rockies need to do better, be better, plain and simple. There's just, it's just the Astros have not done anything this series that should make you sit here and believe that they should be up 2-0. That they're the ones bouncing back from the tough losing streak. Now the offense is good. The Astros offense is great, and a tip of the cap to the great Astros hitters. But again, when you hold the best offense in baseball to just 3 runs, you got to be able to do something. You got to be able to fight back. You have to make it so that you're putting the pressure on, especially against a team that is struggling mightily as a pitching staff, especially when the Rockies now with this and with this losing streak have pretty much cemented and lost their best chance at being above 500. I mean, that really happened after getting swept by the Marlins at the beginning of the season and losing in that first series. I get that. But the Rockies were looking at a situation in which if they split the series with the Padres, if they actually perform in these first 2 games like they are, you're talking about a 4-game flip here of the Rockies, and that puts them at 500. Actually, that would put them at 10-8 if they were able to win the games that they've had the leads. And same with this one. You blew the 3-run lead, and then in this one, you cut the lead in half, and then you do nothing on offense the rest of the day because you can't hit the off-speed stuff. Because you just go down and it's literally it was walk up and I'm going to throw you the curveball. Not out of all the Rockies, the entire game they were getting killed by the curveball, and they instead of being up there prepared to go out and fight off the curveball and defend, swing and a miss, whiff. This is one that this was a loss where I don't care about it being competitive. I don't care that it was close. I don't care that it was still a game where the Rockies were in it. I don't care that they had opportunities. This was one of those ones that really just sours you as a Rockies fan. This is one of those ones that's very annoying because it's just like, okay, same old, business as usual. You strike out. You can't do anything on offense. And you can't, you get behind early in the game. Okay. 2 sack flies. That's all the Astros needed. All the Astros needed to beat the Rockies in this game was 2 sack flies in the first inning. That was it. Done. Put a fork in them. They're done. That's it. Just that's one of those ones where you just sure you flush it and you forget it, sure, but this is just one of those. The last couple of games and the last 2 series have really left a bad taste in your mouth if you are Rockies fans there. All right, let's put a bow on this one, wrap things up here, look ahead to the finale, and talk about the fact that the Astros have been hitting quite a few of the Rockies here. Coming up next on today's episode of Locked On Rockies. Before we do that, though, got to tell you about the folks that help make this show possible, and that includes Rocket Money. If you've ever opened your bank account and thought, where did all my money go? You're not alone. Keeping track of subscription, spending, and bills can get overwhelming fast. That's where Rocket Money comes in, helping you take control of your finances all in one place. It tracks all your subscriptions in one spot and can help cancel the ones you don't need with just a few taps. Yes, that's right. Brings it all into one spot. So ones you might have forgotten about, those free trials that turned into the ones that you've paid for, boom, couple of taps, they're out, they're done. You're saving money that goes into your wallet. It automatically categorizes your spending so you can actually see where your money is going, and you can set budgets, get alerts, and stay on top of upcoming bills. It just makes everything feel more organized and gives you a clearer picture of your finances day to day. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/lockedon. That's rocketmoney.com/lockedon. Back at it here for segment number 3 of today's episode of Locked On Rockies, free and streaming on your favorite streaming services. I'm annoyed today. I'm annoyed by this one. And I'm hoping the Rockies can put that annoyance away. Hey, by the way, I don't know what is up with the Rockies and getting hit by pitches, but 5 hit by pitches by the Astros, and there was that led to tempers flaring, and same guys getting hit, same type of pitches. It's one of those tough ones. It was interesting to hear the broadcast actually talking about making a statement, taking revenge, sticking up for your guys there. I was wondering if there was going to be a boiling point for that here, but nope, nothing comes of it there. As the Rockies also pitching staff themselves walk 6 batters in this one. Just a sloppy game all the way around here in the Rockies 3-1 loss. It's still as sloppy as it was. They had a chance. They had an opportunity. They could have won that game. They could have won the first game. And there's the Rockies are going to have an argument of they should have won the first game as well. All right, according to ESPN, Juan Mejia is getting the start tomorrow. 5.40 ERA, 1.80 WHIP in 8 innings pitched. He's got 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, and a home run, and 11 hits. And Ryan Wise, 7.36 ERA, 2.07 WHIP there. Was he one of the guys that the Rockies saw last time? Let's see. Yes, he had 2 2/3 innings pitched. He gave up 6 earned runs, 8 hits, 6 earned runs, 7 runs, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a home run. Go out and punish him, man. Make it uncomfortable again. You like the thing that stinks about the state of the Rockies and what happens to them is these long, prolonged losing streaks where it's sweeps, where it's, man, the Rockies last weekend, going into the last weekend, where the talk, where there was a crazy buzz about them. There was a buzz about them that they haven't had in a long, long time. And then now it's just been completely smashed and squandered and squished. So go and stop this, because you got the Dodgers coming into town next. And I believe the Padres come into town right after that. So you're not going up against weak pitchers. This is a guy that's struggling out the gate. Go out there and win this, and go out there and do exactly what you did last time. You've seen him before. This is not something that you haven't seen before. Go out there and attack and get the job done and get the W. They need one. They really do need one here, as it has been a really, really annoying series, an annoying couple of games here. Jim says tough breaks. I hope they get back on track soon. San Diego is a really good team, though. Yes, it's unfortunately has not gotten back on track yet there, Jim. But Chris says, how do some players get in a groove and only get to play every third day? That is an interesting thing as the Rockies continue to do a lot of changes, move things around in their lineup. Some of these guys are going to need the consistency and some consistent time to get going there, but they also got to earn that stake as well. TK says, so many times in baseball, we want to blame the manager more than we should, but I will say this. Stop batting Castro in the cleanup spot. Stop. Moniak is a DH who needs to play every day. Rumfield is the best defensive first base as we have, as well as hitter. Play him every day. I don't imagine. I mean, I don't think that there's a lot of arguments there. I don't know why Castro continues to get the 4 spot there, but we'll have to see the extent of what happens with Johnston and Castro exiting the game after being hit by pitches. Johnston took one solidly on the leg there. It might just be sore and maybe just need a day or two off to do that. But Castro getting hit on the hand, we'll have to see what the long-term implications of that are. And like I mentioned there, the shoulder tightness sends Kyle Freeland to the IL as well. But yeah, I don't know. The Rockies, they need to. I'm glad they're being creative. I'm glad that they're using the depth. I'm glad that they're going matchup based and things of that nature. But I don't know. The lack of consistent playing time for some guys is going to get weird. The constantly changing or the lack of at bats is going to catch up to some guys as well. But overall, just frustrated, just annoyed, and hope the Rockies can avoid the sweep. That's going to do it for us here on this episode of Locked On Rockies. Thank you so much for making us your first listen of the day. For your second listen of the day, go check out Locked On MLB, the Back to the Bullpen podcast, and Locked On MLB Game Night. Plus, we got you covered throughout the playoffs with Locked On Avalanche, Locked On Nuggets. We got you covered there. And, of course, Locked On Broncos, Locked On Buffs, if you need more Colorado sports coverage. Until next time, I'm Paul Holden saying so long from the Locked On Rockies podcast.